Hello and welcome. Hi, I'm author Grace Wroldson. This is my social media use and caution blog and video. If you are a mom required to co parent with a narcissist, or if you're parallel parenting, or if you're in a high conflict family court custody battle, this video is for you. I'll give you my 3 tips because I help moms on Facebook who are forced and required to co-parent with a narcissist because the family courts require them to, and many of them and have been in high conflict family court battles. So welcome to my work. I just want to introduce myself. I'm Grace Wroldson. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor, a mother, an author, a coach, and a strategist. And I endured a 12-year family court custody battle and had social media used against me. So this is just a full disclaimer that I'm not giving you direct advice. You really need to use your lawyer. Contact a lawyer, find a lawyer, get legal advice from a competent family law lawyer. This is my survivor wisdom, so take what's helpful and maybe use the rest for another time. You can pause this if you're watching on the video to read the full thing, because I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a professional of the court. I'm not a therapist, and I'm not a crisis caseworker. So know my limits, as this is like peer-to-peer support. If you're ready and willing to learn and do the work, I am here to teach, coach, and mentor women and moms. You can come to my website, www.gracewroldson.com. Learn all you can, because knowledge is power. And I have become a strategist for moms because I had to strategize to navigate around the narcissist in my case, to then negotiate with a narcissist. After failing to negotiate for 12 years, I found the magic combination that worked for me. It may not work for you, but I want to share some of the tools that I used and the methods and strategies, which include skillful means and gray walling. Remember that support gives you power and allies, and we need those when we're up against a narcissist or we've been pitted against a narcissist because of the lawyers or the way the court system for family court is structured. I say be willing to learn the lesson and all the mistakes that are made, that you've made. Be willing to learn and change what you can. And I believe you can make better any bad situation by applying some wisdom and getting some tools. Learn, heal, and I say you can grow through this rather than just go through this. You can actually outgrow the narcissist, just like you may have already outgrown them in the relationship. My first book for moms is Co-Parenting with a Narcissist, 7 Self-Rules to Stay Sane, a survivor story, available on Amazon. Chapter 8 in that book is a bonus chapter of how I staged a comeback after losing quite a bit in family court. And then there's a Get the Right Lawyer Guide bonus in the new version. My second book is How to Fight a Narcissist in Family Court and Win, Super Smart Strategies for Success. And be careful about the word win. We need to redefine that, use a different word in our mind, in our thought process, because typically the only people that win are the lawyers who make money off of both parties. My third is Co-Parenting with a Sociopath, Survival Insanity Guide. My fourth is How to Survive a Custody Battle with the Narcissist when the family courts force you to co-parent. And my newest is Tame the Narcissist, 10 Keys for Better Co-Parenting to Create Peace and Protection Using Strategy and Skillful Means. These are all available on Amazon. It's really important that you learn some strategies, maybe listen to how I applied strategies and get some ideas to create your own strategies and gain some skills. But most importantly, you need to be strategizing with your family law attorney. You can't have your own strategy that actually counters your lawyer's strategy for your case. My books are available on Amazon. If you do read any of these, I'm a self-published author. I would love a review, an honest review, if you can do that safely. But if your name being posted and reading this book and you've got a cyber stalker, then maybe not. So safety, keeping your safety in mind at all times. So are you using social media safely? Dear mom, As I wrote the blog article that goes with this video, I deleted my personal Facebook account. Yes, you heard me right. I did. To my dismay, the deletion effort took all morning. It was challenging for me to figure out how to delete my Facebook account. It was harder than I ever imagined. The bottom line is, for me and for many of us, it's just too risky and too potentially compromising of a social media account to use safely with a real identity because my ex is a narcissist. Can you relate? Even though I successfully negotiated with a narcissist and got everything I wanted in our new agreement, now court ordered, by using skillful means, my memory of our 12-year U.S. family court battle with legal abuse and post-separation abuse and financial abuse is still fresh in my mind. For me, in my situation, social media still holds too much risk to use safely with my real name and information. Why? Because any of my data leaked into the narcissist's hands or his lawyer's hands could spell trouble. If you haven't figured out by now, narcissists are highly triggered and never happy with their lot in life. I teach moms how to fly under the narcissist's radar and not become a blip or target on their screen. In my experience, a personality disordered person is personality disordered and not worth upsetting in any way, shape, or form. And just a note, I have found a small exception to this. Like if my lawyer says he needs evidence and an example of the abuse, non-cooperation, or my ex's true character for a hearing or trial for leverage or to expose him to the judge, but I still tread carefully around the narcissist. Survivor tip, make sure the narcissist isn't doing this to you right before a hearing or trial and getting you to put into writing all your thoughts, feelings, and rage. It has the potential to make us look bad, even though it's just a snapshot and we were probably provoked. So guard your thoughts and feelings and get support and someone safe to vent to. So if you are dealing with the narcissist, I always say, my tip is to get a safe person to vent to regularly, somebody confidential, to share your story of pain, grief, injustice, and betrayal. Can social media be used against us protective moms in family court? Yes, sometimes. Evidence is evidence. Are you prepared? Do you have a plan? Are you documenting the narcissist while safeguarding your custody case? Have you been careful? Whether social media will be allowed in your family court depends. Read some real life examples on my blog or listen to the 3 parts of this video to hear what's happened in other cases. Wisdom says it's best not to take this risk. Please read that disclaimer at the beginning of this video or listen for it at the end of all of my videos. So, are you on social media? Are you in a custody battle with a narcissist? Might you end up in a custody battle with a narcissist? I know he might be ghosting you now, but what about maybe later? Be part of the solution and step out of creating problems with the narcissist by refraining from using social media. Be the healthy, mature adult parent. This is what child therapists, GALs, judges, and other court professionals like to see: the use of self-restraint. Plan ahead, like now, to protect your case. It's smart to use caution around any social media use. Survivor tip, be careful, not careless. From one survivor to another, please consider these tips. Be careful. Protect your case. Safeguard your info. Don't vent and share your opinions, thoughts, or feelings publicly. Have boundaries. Set rules and limits. Maybe even limit your social media time. Eliminate weaknesses and what can potentially be used against you. And keep your pictures safe. Just a side note, you might be a proud mama, but think twice about posting you and your child's achievements openly online. This isn't just about child identity, safety. Narcissists have a personality disorder, and they're often pathologically jealous. So if you're using my skillful means method to improve co-parenting conditions, you know that you don't want to poke, prod, or push a narcissist. If provoked or ego bruised, they may file motions in court to try to repair their fragile ego. Not that they actually care about seeing the child or the children. Remember that your success tends to mean competition to them, even if it shouldn't be this way. Learn to accept reality and live accordingly. Always remember who you are required to co-parent with. We must be mindful if we are mistakenly projecting our own thinking on the narcissist. They don't think like us empaths. Practice self-protection on social media when dealing with a narcissist. It's wise to self-protect when in a custody battle with a narcissist. Keep in mind that even if you aren't in a battle now, you might be someday. Often, social media posts that anger the narcissist can actually cause the narcissist to file motions in family court or seek revenge or retaliate in a very unhealthy way. But I've seen them do it. I have seen this in my private coaching practice where I strategize and support loving, caring, protective moms. My goal is to offer an alternative perspective that leads to peace. If social media is involved, it's harder to help moms find a way out of the mess and the madness. I find it best not to get on the narcissist's radar. Nowadays, we skillfully fly under the narcissist's radar for self-preservation purposes. It's smart to practice good, healthy boundaries with ourselves. We can't rely on others to keep our case safe, our social media posts safe. Anybody can screenshot things. We need to have self-restraint when posting on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, and other online platforms, even LinkedIn. Just because it says the group is quote unquote private doesn't mean his mother, girlfriend, or sister didn't join to watch you and report back to him. People can take screenshots of things even if you put it so they can't share your post. There's no way for admins or moderators to know who is who and keep your case safe. Ensuring safety is up to us. It's our responsibility. Quite often, we see narcissists recruit people with a sob story and elicit pity in others who then just want to help the poor guy without knowing all the truth and details. So watch out for accidentally divulging these three things to a narcissist on social media. Narcissists love to find dirt on their victims and use it against them. Remember, they are toxic blamers. Number 1, data. Number 2, info or intel. And number 3, details. I might even add number 4, what you think, how you feel, if he upset you by doing something. All of that can really fuel them. If they're getting negative supply from you and it's still narcissistic supply, they know they can harm you and affect you, and you're posting your grief and your upset, that can really feed them. So do safeguard your custody case. Don't share anything about you, your job, your family, or the kids, and risk having social media posts and comments used against you. Certainly don't overshare. Sir Thriver tip, give the narcissist nothing. You can learn my gray walling strategy in my newest book, Tame the Narcissist, on Amazon. So do a self check-in. Are you posting, triggering more problems with the narcissist? Are you inadvertently triggering the beast and his jealous streak or competitive nature or anger? Keep in mind that narcissists like to win and don't like to lose. Posting a picture of your new boyfriend, spouse, partner, and acting like he's a great father figure can enrage a narcissist. I've seen this. They can even file motions in court, make false claims against you and that new man, and worse, lie to win. If the narcissist family mentions anything they see on social media to him, he might do things to save face and deal with his bruised ego. Sadly, I've seen this happen to some of my mom clients. So, living out loud, quote unquote, may not be such a good idea when you are in the midst of court troubles with a narcissistic ex and you've got young, vulnerable children. Or even if you have a narcissistic ex who's absent from the children's lives and you've got young, vulnerable children, can you hold off? Can you wait till they're older? Can you wait till social media has more safeguards for protecting identity and such? Be smart about this. My mom tip is assume that social media will be used against you in court because family law lawyers will tell you this. Maybe not all of them. Be smart and don't post your custody case details openly with your real name or even a pen name. Be careful. Guard your info. Don't share. Get confidential support. And I do have a Navigate the Narcissist co-parenting video course, 11 videos to just give you the basics of how to approach this whole situation and give you some solutions to maintain your sanity. If you're dealing with a narcissist, get a safe person to vent to and find regular support. If you're relying on social media, then you might not have a real support system that is going to keep your information safe and know the details of your case. Because just posting one crisis post and everybody commenting doesn't really give them all the details of what else might be going on that caused the crisis. So that's why having somebody who's wise, respected, trained, professional, confidential, who hears the whole story, who has training to give you tools, coping strategies, support, is better than a social media post and 100 comments that are useless for you in your case that don't apply, that might get you in trouble if you just took a tip or a advice or something and ran with it. So find that regular confidential support to share your story of injustice, pain, and betrayal. It is good to vent. We need to vent, but it has to be to a safe person, not openly all across the internet, unless that's part of your lawyer strategy. I've seen just a few cases of that, but then again, I haven't seen moms win with what they've lost by openly sharing their story of injustice. And these are young, vulnerable children who are losing out on a healthy, loving mom. So when dealing with a narcissist, high conflict drama, they love the drama, trauma, and chaos. They thrive in it. They eat it up. It energizes them. Well, it drains us. We will need someone to regularly vent to, or we risk having the anger and rage piling up inside us and emotionally reacting to the narcissist, which feeds them. And then it comes out sideways onto our children, and we want to protect those precious children. So be proactive and smart. Find this safe professional or two, because lawyers are expensive and you don't want to bring your lawyer all the drama, pain, and emotion, but rather the name of the problem so they can offer a solution or strategy. And better yet, bring the lawyer your list of 20 wants. You can find that on my blog in my newest book, so that they can focus on what you and your child need to be successful, to have everything that you need to thrive. So these are a few of my mom tips. Take what's helpful, leave the rest. I'm going to stop there and give you 2 more videos on social media, because this is such a big topic, and I want to read to you all of the things that happen to other moms with social media, not just mine, in the next 2 videos. So these are helpful tips based solely on my thoughts and opinions. I'm not qualified as a mental health professional nor crisis caseworker. I can't give legal advice or appropriate counsel, and therefore not liable for any injury or harm. Please follow your doctors, therapists, lawyers, counselors' advice, as well as your own good common sense and intuition based on your unique case to see if these tips could be helpful. Child custody situations may vary, where some of these will not be applicable for your circumstance. Furthermore, court orders may dictate otherwise. Please use your own good judgment when watching, listening to this video, or reading my blog. It's for personal self-help only, and they're created from my own lived experience and not based on any laws or rules of the courts. And this is copyright protected and not to be sold, distributed, or quoted without my written consent. So if you're on social media, be careful, not careless. Protect your case, safeguard your info, have boundaries, set rules and limits, eliminate any weaknesses. Come over to my website, and there's an arrow pointing to my free blog. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel because I have free videos all the time on every topic related to co-parenting with a narcissist or a custody battle with a narcissist. Here's my 20 wants list, a power tool that can help shift your focus from narcissist focused and what he's doing wrong to what you need in place to help you and your child. The gray walling method is like a strategy. I call it a castle and curtain. It's a blend of walling things out and being very boring and putting up boundaries and knowing where the gates are, and that's having guards at your gate. If you are required to co-parent with a narcissist, you will need to set the boundaries with yourself first and foremost, and that's in my first book. I encourage you to read them 1 through 5. Take out a highlighter, take notes, write in the margins, circle, underline. That's what I did when I was going through it. For 2 solid years, I did a self-study program because I knew I was dealing with something so much harder and trickier than just a regular family court case. This is also on my blog. It's free right now, but may not be forever. And so you do want to read that and like and take advantage of that. Or it's in my last book that's called Tame the Narcissist. You can sign up for my newsletter, my WordPress blog. I have a Substack newsletter, and I have another video, stonewalling versus gray walling. Someone in one of my mom member groups asked about this. Stonewalling is like the silent treatment used to punish or upset or destabilize someone or make it very difficult to do something that needs to get done, putting another person in a very precarious predicament on purpose. That's what stonewalling and silent treatment does. Versus gray walling, which is you put a castle wall around your domain, your thoughts, feelings, psyche, emotions, physical, mental health, and time with your children, and you stay within your castle walls while you have somebody that's like a intruding invader army that would love to just take over and is toxic. So you have to have some boundaries with yourself first, be able to install some boundaries with the narcissist, maybe not all, and things can get better for you. Like, it's very hard to heal when you're constantly under attack with post-separation abuse or abuse. And when you get some boundaries in place and you're not daily dealing with attacks and abuse, you can start healing, which is so important. So you can read that, and I encourage you to watch video 2 and 3 on this. I'm breaking it into 3 parts because there's so much good information, and maybe it'll convince you to keep your case safe for now. When your children are 18, maybe that's the time to have a social media account. But even then, using your real name, I've had family members have identity theft and experience fraud from having their full real name on Facebook. Many of us has changed that now because it's allowed, and technology keeps changing. This is my free Substack newsletter. You can get my free tips, tools, and strategies by signing up, gracewroldson.substack.com. I have a strategies video for dealing with a narcissist. If you've got a high conflict co-parent and you need to start adding strategies, what are the names of these strategies? How do you do them? I talk about how I did them, and maybe you can get some tips and ideas from what I've done and had to implement that was actually successful. And pick up that new book. Don't allow the narcissist to terrorize you. Don't put yourself in positions that make you vulnerable to be terrorized. If you're on Facebook and duking it out with the narcissist, I always say don't go toe to toe with the narcissist. I do say be nice to the narcissist. If you're going to learn my skillful means method and create peace and peaceful conditions, as peaceful as you can get them, as cooperative as you can get them when you're required to co-parent with a narcissist, if that's your goal and aim, it'll take some time, but I believe that any small step in that direction really has to come from us. They're really not capable, being personality disordered, to do that and being fake, and we need to be authentic and true to ourselves, and we really do thrive in peace. So do our children. So do this for your children. Think peace. And if you need my Navigate the Narcissist video program, it'll be in a link below or in the description. They do have tricks and tactics and traps, but we can have strategies, skills, and self-rules. So keep watching. Look for video number 2 and 3 because I'll add more tips and more ways that you can safeguard your custody case, your mind, body, and spirit. So learn, heal, and outgrow the narcissist.